So, there's a problem that I see all the time with developers at university. Fortunately, this problem has an easy fix, and we're gonna discuss that in this video. Hey, my name is Oscar and I'm a software developer. I've been developing software for more than 5 years. I'm currently working as a front-end developer, but I'm also studying software engineering at university. So, this problem that I'm going to talk about, it's a problem that has 3 different sub-problems that it will cause to you. This problem, as you may have already read from the video, is not sticking to a language, not sticking to a particular programming language. If you are not doing this, you're gonna be facing 3 little problems that will make your code much worse. Let me describe those for you. The first problem that you're gonna face is that your code will feel rigid and it won't be fluid. You won't be able to fluidly write code. The second problem is whenever you're going to start writing code, you're gonna see yourself struggling, and that's because you don't know a language, so you don't know that particular language. But not only that, you're going to be struggling also with the fundamentals, and not only the fundamentals, you're also going to be struggling in having some knowledge in one language and then using that knowledge to write in another language. You're gonna struggle a lot with that. Finally, and the third problem that you're gonna face if you don't do this is that you're not gonna really know the patterns that will allow you to solve the problems that you need to solve. Okay, so yeah, it's clear that obviously you should be probably learning a language by now, but why should you stick to one language and why should you learn it? What's the advantages it gives to you? Well, first of all, it will make you good at that language. That means that you're going to later have a tool that you can rely on. You can write with this language and you're good at this language. So you know that you can solve problems with a particular language, and that's very useful. Now, this has another benefit, and that's that you'll grow your confidence in yourself because you will see that you're good at some language. And that has a very good third advantage, and that is that if you're confident that you're good coding, then you'll learn new languages far quicker and easier. So that's why you want to stick to a language. Now, as you're probably on university, there's a bonus for you, and that's that knowing a language and sticking to it will make you good, right? We've said that already. So this will make you have the tool to build your final degree project. You will be able to write it much easier because you have a language to work with. You have the tools to build something for your final degree project, and that's very valuable. Alright, fine. So yes, you have to stick to a language, you have to learn a language, but now, how do I do that? How do I start learning a language? How do I keep learning a language? Well, don't worry, I've got you covered. First of all, and maybe the easiest, you can just go on to Udemy or any other course page, right? Coursera, I don't know, there's tons of it, right? And you can just grab a course, pay for it, start it. Just make sure you learn a language that you think is cool, that you think you'll be using. That's very important. Not only it has to be cool, it has to be something that you will use in the future. But I get you. You may not have money to pay for learning this language, right? No problem. Just hop on YouTube. There's lots of great tutorials and there's lots of great free courses. So there's no way you cannot learn. There's 100 ways of learning. You just either buy a course or take one that's for free. There's lots of courses for free on YouTube. There's lots of tutorials on tiny stuff. So yeah, you have all the resources to learn a new language and stick to it. Okay, so yeah, you've got your course, right? You are learning this language, but now there's a thing that always comes up. Yeah, I'm watching this course, I'm learning stuff, but the exercises that usually courses have are very easy, are very, I don't know, they're not very good, right? And they're not much exercises. There are some courses that are very good and make you build projects, but not all of them. So then what do I do? Well, it's easy actually. What you have to do basically is you go onto a web page that offers you some different exercises that you can do, right? And you just take them. Okay, yeah, but maybe you don't like to do exercises. That's very boring, right? Don't worry, there's another way. This is my favorite way of doing it. You just make a project. You come up with something and you build it with that language. I want to mention though that usually learning a language all by itself is not enough. You will need to learn with the language some kind of framework that will allow you to build stuff. Because usually the language by itself, it won't be very useful, but if you know some framework, that's what it's going to help you the most. So not only go and learn the language, learn a framework while you're learning the language. You can most often do that. You can learn both things at the same time, and that's the best way to do it. And then use that framework to build a project that you like. I think building a project with this language that you're learning, that you're sticking to, is very important. Not only because you're practicing and you're building your code skills, right? But also because you're building a portfolio that you can then show to some business that wants to hire you, right? You can use that as a way to get into jobs. You can show it in your interviews, and you can be someone that has something more, something else that the rest of the developers don't have. So I think that's very important. And also obviously there's the part that you'll just learn from doing projects, and I think it's the best way to learn because it's the most real way to learn. Not 100% real, because your projects, the ones you'll do, will probably be very little, and real projects are usually very big, but they will help you grasp a little what a real project is like. So be sure to make projects, do tons of projects. I don't care if you don't finish them, just do them, because if you're doing those projects, you're learning new stuff, because you're having this course on Udemy, right? You're having this course on YouTube, I don't care. You're doing these exercises on HackerRank. Okay, that's perfectly fine. You're not gonna learn that much from that alone. And when you hop onto actually the idea of building a project, you're gonna come up with so many problems that you're gonna have to solve. You're gonna go on Stack Overflow and search for so many things. You're gonna use different libraries, you're gonna read some documentation, and you're gonna grow. And don't worry if all of this sounds like a lot right now, all the libraries and the frameworks, and it's not. Just first go learn a language. When you know the basics of the language, find the framework that works for you, that you think it's cool, and that it's something you can use again as the language. You want the things you learn to be useful. I don't care if you learn something that's not useful on top of it. I don't care, but please make sure you're learning at least one language, and you're sticking to one language and one framework that are useful, that you can use in the real world, and that you like. Obviously, you have to like it, but make sure it's useful. And with all of this, I think you already have the idea of sticking to a language, and that will make you grow as a software developer. So this has been it for the video of this week. I hope you guys liked it. I just started this YouTube channel, so if you can show some, if you can share your thoughts with me in the comments, that would be very good. If you can share which language you're going to learn, which framework maybe you're going to learn, please let me know in the comments too. And hit the like button if you like this video, and if you want to see more videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you get the notifications. I'm sure I'll be doing better videos in the future, but right now I'm starting, so yeah, they may be a little rough. I hope I can make all of this better in the future, and I hope I see you guys in the next video. Peace.